YouTube can never bust you for stealing music.
Yeah. Welcome all to Hit or Miss. I'm Night Strike. Thank you, Smeggy, for your musical inclinations.
It's the smooth, sexy stylings of up north, Smeggy 42.
What's
Right,
really
so-
funny is I think this might have went live after he stopped because that's when my live went yellow.
I
That's
waited
harsh.
for live to show up on my screen before I stopped singing.
Oh, okay.
All right. So welcome to Hit or Miss. I'll introduce my panelists. I don't,
I heard I'll end it like already.
no. I'm going to introduce my panelists tonight. So, Foos, what's going on?
I like bullets.
Yes, you do.
That's
And
all
turtles.
right now. I'm recycling.
I like
stuff.
boobs.
You like boobs. But did you
Smegs.
say boats or boobs?
Smegs,
Yes.
what's going on?
Not a whole lot. Just hanging out with the cool people on gun channels.
That's right. We're the A team.
Damn straight.
Wow,
We don't
how
need no
hard did you
stinking
get
Matt.
your
That guy
head?
Right.
sucks.
Right. Anyways, Wendy, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I've been busy with work and life and all the other stuff that occupies my time other than gun channels. So, going good here.
That's
Not allowed.
heresy.
There you have
That's
a lot
heresy.
out of us.
Anyways, what are we going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about a ton of stuff, some that might make people fall asleep. So, if anyone listening out there does want to jump in, as long as you're not Flippy,
Mighty Morphin Thunder Cunt.
as long as you're not Flippy or the Mega Mighty Morphin Thunder Cunt, you're allowed in.
Honestly, I would like for her to be in one of our chats. This is an open invitation. Hillary Clinton, you are welcome to Hit or Miss. You can take my spot.
No, she can't. No,
You can
you're
sit on Smeggy's
you're
face.
fine.
You seriously wouldn't want to talk to her?
Here.
I'd want to talk to her and just be like, what the fuck's wrong with your brain? Like, why don't you think straight?
Do you want to end up like my screen share?
Well,
that's a good
I
point.
might have to go into witness protection, but I think I could do it. I could just
She
dress up
controls
as...
protection.
Oh
I
my
think
God,
the
what was that
scariest
thing?
thing about what I chose for
Smekiko or whatever. What was that?
This guy looks
Smexy?
just like Gabby.
I could dress up
Gibbons.
as Smexy and no one could find me.
Oh, Smexy 42, yeah.
All right, so Smegs, why don't you start us off? You said you wanted to talk about and go first tonight. So, what are you gonna go over?
Oh, we're gonna start with the rant. Let's do it.
Dude, I'm lagging real bad. Come back to me.
Okay. All right. I don't know where. We were hinging on you starting it, but all right, fine. All right. Sean, do you want to go down the rabbit hole? How far?
I'm just curious where 14,900 new emails came from.
Almost 15,000 emails just showed up out of nowhere this morning.
Yeah,
Apparently,
and after Jimmy Kimmel's interview, the whole, well, I already gave up 30,000 of them. What's a few more? Fucking cunt.
right, and that's what I want to know. I want to know is why didn't her lawyers turn them in when they were asked for?
I
they
think she's
turned in.
deliberately doing this these days just to thumb her nose at the country. She's literally thumbing her nose at the country like, look what I can get away with, and you idiots will still vote for me. That's what she's doing right now. She hasn't had a press conference
Absolutely.
once this entire year, and she's still
she
gaining.
She knows the general public are idiots.
Well, her voter base are, yeah.
Yeah, but the issue is that's 50% more emails that they found than she turned in. So technically, her not turning them in, whether she knew about them or not, that's perjury right there.
Well, for a woman who feigns ignorance of technology, she seems to write a lot of emails.
Right, and I don't understand that either.
Well, did anyone suspect or even hope that she would get convicted or brought up on charges over the email scandal. Because if
Yeah.
it was anyone else, they'd be facing charges at least.
Yeah, I mean, we were led to
If it was
believe
anyone
that
else, they'd be
James
dead.
Comey is this man of principle, right? And he was going to look past party lines and everything. But in the end, it turned out he didn't want to get killed either, mysteriously. So what he did is he spun it as no prosecutor, no district attorney will take this case. Basically, he was saying,
basically what he said is no prosecutor is stupid enough to take this case and wind up in a coffin.
right, and then he basically
From suicide.
and he walked away from it too. And then when the Congressional Oversight Committee raked him over the coals, he pretty much in 7 questions just completely debunked the entire investigation. They were like, Secretary Clinton said she never had any classified emails. Is that true? And he goes, no, it's not true. Well, Secretary Clinton said she never used multiple devices and she only had one. Was that true? And he goes, no, there was multiple devices over multiple years. I mean, it was just one after another after another. Anyone who ever listens to like a show of like Sean Hannity on the radio once in a week, you'll hear that clip where they so conveniently edited it down so you can hear it just categorically, question after answer, and it was just he got looked like a fool at the Oversight Committee because he admitted everything that he wouldn't admit, when he did his press conference of his findings.
Right, because he was, at that time, wasn't he under oath?
He didn't want to die. That's what it boils down to. Either that or he's just that keen and aware that Loretta Lynch will never take the case. She'll never prosecute the case. So, maybe what he did was the smartest thing. He laid it all on the table and said, yes, these things happened, but he didn't call her a liar to her face. And then he turned around and he said, because I know the district attorney will not take this case, because everyone knows she's in their pocket.
Yeah, but wouldn't it have been nice to, like, at least if he would have recommended it, and then she still was like, nah, not gonna do it. At least then it puts her on the spot of, like, what the hell? Like, we knew that you were, we knew you were gonna do it anyways, but at least then it's, like, on record that she's the one that said no, not him.
Well, in 2 hours, Trump is going to be in a town hall here in Austin, Texas, and he's going to talk about immigration issues, and he's going to, I think Hannity's actually going to interview a couple of the families of people who were killed, whose children were killed by illegal immigrants, so there's that. But on top of all that, he's going to talk about how he's going to push to get a special prosecutor to look into this case further, because even he knows, and he's probably going to mention this tonight, that Loretta Lynch is in their back pocket, so she's useless to the justice system. But credit where it's due. I mean, the bitch came a long way. I mean, she was the commissioner from Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. Now she's just obstructing justice deliberately. I mean, that is a fucking massive promotion, right?
I'm sure that's a joke because the lady who did that is dead.
They look the same.
I know, but different person. Nice try.
Yeah.
I have to be the buzzkill just this once.
Another headline that I found today was Google's been accused of changing their algorithms to bury negative Clinton stories. So
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Facebook did something similar too, if I remember.
So I mean, the fix is in. I mean, she's running against somebody she's obviously going to beat, which I think it's its own little conspiracy of collusion in and of itself. But I mean, it's getting ridiculous.
It's just another day in Washington.
Are you saying that she's just flaunting the fact that she's fucking everybody over? And
Yes,
she don't
absolutely. I mean, she's literally doing it. She's saying, look what I can get away with, you fucking peons.
And you know what else has come up today? The whole factor of how they've talked. Well, this is not news today. That her foundations or campaigns have said they're not taking any foreign money when they've already taken like billions in.
Oh no! That's not no. what just recently came up a couple days ago was she announced that if she becomes president, she will no longer accept foreign money. So if you want to be a donator, hurry up and get your money in now before time is up. Essentially, what she's saying is she's putting a deadline on selling access to the presidency. That's all that's about. Matter of fact, some of her emails, the new ones, have already illustrated this because, Uma Abedin or whatever was instructed that big donors get priority, and preferential treatment, and she didn't know.
Like among that of which is the prince of another country.
Exactly. She didn't know that the Prince of Bahrain actually donated $32 million until Hillary wrote her and said, no, he's a friend. Go ahead and arrange the meeting. Because he just wrote her a check for $32 million. She had to tell Uma Abedin that, which was just like, oh, sorry. Yeah, right this way, ma'am. Or right this way, sir. The same thing happened with the founder of Weight Watchers or something like that. He donated something like $5 million to her campaign, and in her email string, she actually mentioned how she postponed her flight to meet with this guy. So, I mean, isn't selling access some form? Isn't there something slightly illegal about that? There has to be something illegal about that?
Treason?
Yeah, they're calling that pay to play.
To Weight Watchers, I'm just saying selling access in general. Send your money now, and when I become president, then I'll put something back in your pocket.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, because it's thousands of donators.
So are you saying that Weight Watchers is going to become the new public school food?
Oh, I didn't think about it that far. All I heard was he was one of the guys, and in those new emails, it was explicitly written that she delayed her flights to make that meeting because he was a big donor.
Youth obesity is a major problem with today's youth.
Well, Michelle was supposed to take care of that. What the hell happened for the last 7 years?
Yeah, they got rid of vending machines and soda machines in school. That's about it.
Well, not here in Texas.
Yeah, if you want to be in Texas, you want to be fat in Texas, be fat in Texas.
Well, that's like, and I forget who this was, but it was some like Democrat, senator or something. I forget who she was, but there's a voicemail out there where, I don't know, this guy was trying to, get her to do something, and she actually called him and said something to the effect of, I was looking at our records, and I see here that you did not donate to my campaign, and since, I'm the head of the, farm commission or whatever, I just wanted to let you know that, you forgot to do that, and so maybe you should do that soon. Like, basically saying, oh, you forgot to bribe me. Like, why are you asking for favors when you forgot to bribe me? And she sees nothing wrong with that. Like, that's just, well, of course. I mean, that's how it works. Like, he forgot to bribe me, so I was just giving him a heads up. I was trying to be helpful.
Yeah, but isn't our government supposed to work without bribes? Isn't it supposed to work just at face value?
Hey, our government
like
wasn't supposed to pay ransoms either, but that doesn't stop them from sending $400 million in a private jet to fucking Iran.
Oh, wait, no. That was their money in the first place. We were just giving it back to them.
No. You're thinking of the $150 billion.
Hold on. I am being sarcastic there. So if you can't catch the sarcasm, that's your fault.
That wasn't their money. That wasn't even reparations for a 1970s fucking arms deal. That's all bullshit.
Yeah, no, it was completely bullshit in itself. Hell, that entire Iran deal was bullshit. But, apparently they just let it stick.
Yeah. Until the State Department confessed. You do know about that, right?
A little bit.
The State Department confessed that, I think, last Wednesday or Thursday. They couldn't hide it anymore. They were like, yeah, it was a bribe. Or it was a ransom. They wouldn't release the hostages until the plane hit the ground.
That's just fucking sick.
It's gonna be a fun 8 years.
Well, I don't know, man. The way I see it, so Iran put one over on us, right? and the great capitulator and apologizer paid a $400 million ransom. So let's say Trump gets into the office and Iran pulls some bullshit like this again, and Trump goes, fuck it, send him the money. Coat it with ricin. Problem solved.
Okay, what's ricin?
It's a colorless, odorless powder.
Biological agent.
It's a biological weapon. It's almost impossible to detect until you're dead.
Yeah, but the issue is
there was a guy that was assassinated in the 60s. This dude had an umbrella that shot a BB that was a porous BB that had ricin in it. It barely broke the guy's skin, but enough of it got under his skin that it killed him like 6 or 7 days later.
Yeah, but the issue is we can't use something like that because that's illegal under some treaty or whatnot.
Paying ransoms is illegal to fucking our policy.
Yeah, but
well, no, it's illegal under like
then you piss off Russia.
I know what I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Well, against one of the conventions.
The thing is we're not doing it. We didn't pay him in U.S. dollars with the $400 million. We paid him with Swiss francs and euros. So we didn't do it if ricin just happens to land on some Swiss francs and euros. I'm just saying. I'm giving the Donald some options. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well,
I am being facetious. Yes.
Well, I know right now it doesn't look good for Donald's campaign, but the issue is I really, really would rather have him win than what we have out there right now.
All right, let me mention this now because I did it on Matt's chat before. There are 77 days and 3 debates left. And the only thing that Hillary's not, the only reason she's not dropping is because she's not talking. Okay, this is a woman who has not had a press conference at all this entire year. She did this Jimmy Kimmel thing, which is a small miracle. I'm sure her party and campaign manager was jumping, up and down her fucking throat saying, you have to be in front of a camera. You cannot keep avoiding the press. Go do Jimmy Kimmel. He'll throw you softballs. And sure as shit, that's what he did. He threw her softballs because I'm pretty sure he's a liberal. But the thing is, Trump comes and goes. He says the right thing or he doesn't say the right thing. He offends people or he is the champion of not being politically correct. Who outweighs who here? At least he's making an effort to either win or lose. All she's doing is hiding and hoping that the public don't wise up to what she is, not who she is, what she is. And what she is the biggest disqualifier of this office in history, not modern history, in all of history. There is nothing she's qualified for. You ask anybody who's a Hillary Clinton supporter, name 3 things that Hillary Clinton has done in public office in the last 40 years that have helped the American people. And you're going to hear crickets. God damn it, you dragged me into talking about this. Anyway, that's what it is.
That's right. And you said nothing but crickets? Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
There you go.
I hear the crickets.
I mean, it's just the facts are the facts. She's not qualified. She's borderline treasonous. I'm not going to accuse her of being treasonous, even though I think she is. But she's borderline treasonous. She's dishonest. 60% of her own voter base say she's dishonest. Anybody in her party who is directly asked, is she trustworthy, will duck and dodge the questions like you're throwing holy water on them. So, yeah, I mean, it's Trump's campaign to lose because there's nothing coming from the other side. When he gets her on the debate stage, how he performs and how he manages himself on the debate stage will greatly affect his poll numbers after September 26th. I think that's the first debate. And what a lot of people are saying is, does the Donald go up on stage and be the Donald and go on the attack and decimate her? Because he could, and the people who support him will love it. But the people who are on the fence about him might not like that. They'll say, look, you didn't have to go and rake her through the mud like that. Just take her on the issues. So right now he's got this quandary of, do I be myself, or do I just stay calm, stick to the facts, and let the issues sort themselves out? Because I know what Hillary's going to do. Guaranteed. She's going to stand up there and she's going to talk about history and talk about how the process works and how being Secretary of State works. She's going to talk about everything to deal with government because she's been, quote, involved in it. And then she's going to say, and my running mate here, or sorry, my opponent here hasn't done any of these things. At least I've done them. I'm more qualified. He's done none of these things. That's what she's going to do. She's going to try to spin it off like he's an oaf that doesn't know shit about politics. He's not a politician, but at least he knows how to manage things, or at least that's what we keep being told. I'm not going to say he's like the best boss in the world or whatever, but he knows how to manage things. So we're picking him based off of, well, maybe it's time someone runs the government like a corporation for a change. And someone's going to go out there and go, well, what does that mean? Is he going to file for bankruptcy? But, I mean, think about it. We hear about the bad businesses he's had, but how many good ventures has he had that outnumber the bad?
Right. All right, so let's shelve this for a few minutes. I do want to mention something because it's come up during today. Sean, you're in Texas, so you know a little bit more about this than I do. But how about that federal judge denying the University of Texas professors from trying to ban campus carry?
Okay, so there's a protest. I want to say it's tomorrow. It's soon. The details for me are a little sketchy too. But what I do know is that there are professors and anti-gun people who are going to protest by, I think, standing in a crowd with a bunch of dildos or some crazy shit, and then Texas.
No. The judge threw the thing out of court today because apparently the U.S. District Judge Lee Yackel of Austin said he found no precedents for the professor's argument that they have a right of academic freedom under the First Amendment so broad it overrides decisions of legislator and the university that employs them. Apparently, he couldn't find a right to academic freedom anywhere in the emanations and penumbras of the Constitution, no matter how hard he looked.
Well, that's good then, because that means, if a university professor doesn't like the idea of students being able to protect themselves, then it's his right to quit. You know what I mean? If his job is not protected under the Constitution, is what I'm trying to say. His security is not protected under the Constitution. His rights to life, liberty, and happiness are, but they don't overrule the constitutional law of the right to bear arms. So if he's not happy, he has the right to seek happiness, which means he can give up that job and go somewhere else.
And you're also, no one amendment in the Constitution is allowed or should be able to override another, regardless of the situation.
Let me remind you of the 18th and 21st Amendments. One does overrule the other.
Right, I know, but that's the issue. One isn't supposed to.
But those, they were put into law, written into the Constitution specifically to override it. So it was a modification of the Constitution. It wasn't a unconstitutional law that was passed
it's a modification
or something like that. Right.
Well, I mean, the way I usually see it is the Bill of Rights are practically untouchable. Everything that came after the Bill of Rights, those are more like, modern, we need to put this in here type things. That's why there was an 18th and a 21st to strike it out. It was like, if the Founding Fathers were alive long enough to write every amendment that's currently in the Constitution, 18 and 21 would have never existed. They'd have been like, this is retarded. But yeah, I mean, these professors, they're still going to do this protest. I know they're going to do this protest. And on one side, you're going to have, sex toys, and on the other side, you're going to have Texas Carry, and they're going to stand there, and they're going to go, you guys look like a bunch of fools.
Also, if there are children there, those people could get arrested for, I don't know.
Public indecency. It's a plastic phallic symbol. I mean, yeah,
It
they
could
might be able
be.
to.
They can stretch it that.
They might be able to, but if it's on university grounds, they can just say, well, this is a private institution, or they can just say, well, little kids are usually not around in a university. This is where adults come to learn. It's higher learning.
But it also has no place in a private institution in the first place because
what school is this? What school is this? Is it a public or private school? If it's a public school, it's not a private property.
Well, aren't all universities public? Or
no.
Yeah, private. Sorry, aren't they all private?
No. If they're state-run, oh no. Like a lot of your divisions, like Mizzou, Arkansas, Texas, like A&M might be, but Texas, University of Oklahoma, all that stuff, those are
all state-funded institutions. Okay.
Right. A&M, I'm not sure, but if they get public money, they are a publicly ran school. There's no private property on that campus.
Yeah. Well, it's. I'm not gonna say one way or the other. I'm just gonna say that right, Derek. It's a gray area. You shouldn't. I personally believe you shouldn't do it, but this is just my opinion. Granted, they're gonna do whatever the hell they want anyways, and then they're gonna get in trouble for it, obviously.
Yeah,
but
you can protest. That's fine. But if you protest with a whole bunch of fake cocks waving anywhere and kids are around, that should be child abuse.
So what we need to do then is we need to find like-minded people and tell them to bring their children to this and then raise a stink when the cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that will discredit that movement.
Hey, Smegs, are you still here?
His snow, of course he is. Can't you see the snowman?
I see the snowman, but I don't know if he's, not lagging or whatnot.
That doesn't bother me that much. If someone wants to protest waving a giant plastic dong, I really don't care. Let them protest.
I agree.
My bad.
I just muted you. Okay. Yeah, I could care less if they protest or not. It's their right to do it. It's also could be public indecency.
Yeah. Protesting is one thing, but and they're doing it in good taste is another, and they're not doing it in good taste.
No, it's perfectly fine for them to protest.
I'm saying the protesting. That's not the issue. It's how they're protesting is what I take issue with. You don't do it like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it becomes public indecency. You can protest with signs and stuff like that. It's fine.
Remember, the Westboro Baptist Church doesn't do anything indecent. They just have rather inflammatory signs. That's about it.
This is happening at UT, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
This is not going to gain any traction whatsoever, because there was a case just recently of a girl named Haruka Weiser, and if she was able to be a concealed carrier, she wouldn't be dead today. She was basically stalked walking across campus, and they found her body in the bayou a couple days later.
So, quick question: is it legal to carry on campus there?
Right now.
Yeah.
I think that started in July or June.
What needs to happen is you need to have people sitting there and carrying on campus during this, and then at the end, go walk up to someone and say, they're doing all this, they're protesting, they're raising a huckus and everything. I've just been sitting here, and I'm still carrying.
Well, Texas Carry is holding a counter-protest at the same time.
Okay.
They will be there on site.
What is a huckus? Seriously? Causing a huckus?
A what?
I don't know.
I mean, a ruckus is one thing, but I'm not sure what a huckus is.
Shut up.
Okay. Don't huckus me.
All right. Let's let this die. Smegs, you wanted to bring something up today.
Yes,
please,
I did.
Can we segue into that?
Okay.
Can you remember from this concussion?
Star Wash. There, segue. I posted it on Gun Channels on the main page. It's a lovely article on Huffington Post by Mike the Gun Guy, which we all know Mike the Gun Guy fucking sucks and doesn't know anything about guns. I will screen share the article, but you guys should... Well, no, don't. Just, I'll screen share it. Don't fucking click on it, because then they get views or whatever. But actually, I mean, if you want to read it, that's fine. But, okay, so I forget the title of this thing. I'm a fucking douchebag by Mike the Gun Guy. I don't know, whatever. So, he starts out just, like, completely, like, you know, sucking the dick of this, whatever the hell this thing is. Like, want to see a hip, cool website? Take a look at this awesome, remarkable event, blah, blah, blah. It's so wonderful. It's basically they're doing a fucking concert to, like, stop gun violence or whatever. I don't know. Concerts across America. And, so, where does it start getting good? I don't know, a bunch of, like, multiple events, and it's like, make sure to post it on Facebook. But it's just a fucking commercial for this thing. So then... he starts talking about, like, Woodstock, and he's all like, you know, my sister actually went to Woodstock, and, you know, we knew the guy whose farm it was on. Like, he starts, like, name-dropping and shit. And then he's all like, yeah, you know, so many people say that, you know, they went to Woodstock and never actually went. And basically the whole reason for that story is to, like, compare this fucking gun violence event to being like Woodstock. Like, make sure, you know, in 50 years or whatever, like, you'll actually have been there and you're not going to be one of these people that just pretends to be there. And I don't know. I was going to do a more in-depth, but I lost the care to do that, and my friends are over, so I don't have a lot of time.
We forgive you.
But I mean, you can only dig into this kind of crap so much. I don't know. I don't even remember all the dumb things. Like, at least he didn't really say anything too bad about guns or anything. Just that apparently a concert's going to stop gun violence. I don't know how that works, but
why don't they hold a concert for the 3,900 people who have died in Chicago ever since the president has taken office and never spoke out about it? Why don't they do that? Where's that concert?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah, I don't know, because that's like...
I mean, a better question, where's the outrage for that?
Like, guns are evil or some crap.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I don't even remember. Like, I just remember reading through this being like, oh my... I mean, it's basically a commercial for this stupid thing. You know, like...
All right.
Yeah, so that was the thing. Yeah, my prediction, if I had a nickel for everyone who said over the years to claim to have been at Woodstock, I wouldn't have to keep working, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, my prediction is that we may be looking at the same kind of situation on September 25th, because everyone will either have been at one of the performances or will want everyone else to believe that they went to one. Fuck that. I ain't gonna pretend like I went to one of them things. It's a bunch of bullshit. And I am interested, he keeps mentioning that there's 150 faith-based organizations. So it's like, wait a minute, normally like the religious people are also gun people. You know, I know it's super stereotypical, but just like the Republican, like, you know, you get Christians and guns and whatever. And so I think that's why he keeps stressing it, like, hey, it's not just a bunch of crazy liberals, it's like, you know, religious people too.
So it's stolen concert valor or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, the gun violence prevention movement is going to take back America. This campaign gets into high gear. Like, dude,
bullshit.
Where's the concerts that help the 22 to 23 vets that
22 a day.
22 a day. Well, where's the concert to help them out?
Yeah, they don't care about that, dude.
Someone that actually does something for this fucking...
Where's the benefit concert to help the people in Baton Rouge?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where's the fucking president playing golf?
Oh, no, he was there today.
Oh, I know he was there today.
Yeah, he's playing golf.
After the fact.
All right.
Anyway, so that was dumb, and then my friends are done doing stuff, so I'm going to mute again.
All right.
So continue on whatever you guys were talking about.
Yeah, well, we're gonna segue into another segment here because Too Hottie just got something today and he's not entirely pleased with it. So I wanted him to go over and tell us what's going on.
Scabies?
I don't know what it is, but Too Hottie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So what's going on, man?
Dude, apparently, the guys at PSA don't know black from sniper gray. It's a little infuriating when you're building a black rifle and you're going with all black, and then they end up sending you the rifle you ordered, except the upper receiver is whatever color they would like to call it, but it's freaking gray.
Okay, I got an easy fix for this. Okay.
Then on top of that's one of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Worse.
This one isn't as bad as that one, but okay. So I ordered just a charging handle, an extended, charging handle that was going to allow me to get a little grip under my scope, and
right.
They sent me an AR-10 charging handle. So
I did that once from Brownells. I went back and looked, and I actually ordered the 308 charging handle.
All right, well, here's the problem. I ordered the upper, and it was no bolt carrier and no charging handle. So I also ordered the bolt carrier, and charging handle. You would think that whoever was putting that shit together at PSA would be like, wait, what monkey pulled this wrong charging handle off the shelf? It looks like this rifle is an AR-15. It's not going to be some sort of weird hybrid. I don't get it, dude.
Okay, well, Too Hottie, I want people out here to hear this because this stuff happens. It doesn't matter the company. It happens all the time. Okay, it doesn't matter the company. It's not just PSA that does this. This is
bad. Is a bad first impression.
Well, it happens. I mean, I've had the same problems with Midway USA. I've had the problem with Brownells, as Foos has mentioned. It's not just one company.
That was my issue. That was my issue. I fucked it up. I clicked on the wrong thing. My issue.
I have bought parts from many companies before, and the issue is sometimes yes they send me the wrong thing, but the best way to get around that is to actually go and contact them, and normally they will go and fix the problem.
Oh, I do have to contact them. I got to get up early tomorrow since they're on the East Coast, and I'm going to talk to them and see what they have to say. See what they're going to do to fix the situation. I mean, I got to give them a chance.
They may ask you to send it back to them, so just forewarning.
Well, I may ask them to send me the correct one first.
Well, good luck on that, but normally they will pay for shipping in this instance if you have to send something back to them.
Yeah, it's just no fun after ordering something and then you wait your 3 weeks and
I know.
And then the UPS man comes and you think it's freaking Christmas and you open it up and it's a fucking pile of coal.
Gentlemen, behold!
Yeah, I know.
That is awesome.
I ordered an upper from PSA on like the 1st, and I didn't get it until last week. So it's it's PSA. Anyways,
PSA
yeah, Sean. How about that water?
Hey.
How about that?
Yeah, Obama finally visits Louisiana.
Yeah, just playing through. Sorry I'm late.
Damn, I didn't know this hole had a water trap on it.
It looks like that one guy outside of the golf cart is trying to pull them along.
I think the whole reason he didn't want to come to Louisiana until, he was basically cornered into it was he couldn't blame the police on this.
It's true.
That's pretty much what's going on. He can't blame cops.
It kind of looks like the guy who's outside of the golf cart might be running away from them. I don't know.
looks like he got him on the leash. Anyways, what else are we gonna talk about tonight? Shit.
Well, hang on. Let me change my screen cap because I made this and I wanted to share it with those as a reminder that the Daily Gun Show has tried an experiment for this week, and they're doing a late night show known as Gun Channels After Dark. So it starts at 12:30 Eastern. So that would be 11:30 Central.
I thought it was.
Whoa! Why are we plugging them when they wouldn't even plug us last week?
Hey, come on.
Because you got to plug
because
yesterday's
we're nice.
show. Actually, no, you did. No, I was there for the After Dark show. Dano did plug the show today.
Okay, he did. Okay,
He did indeed.
Because
Come on, Night Strike. Us gun guys look out for each other.
I just wanted to show off my Photoshop, damn it.
I know, but the issue is four different people went and told me that they had told Dano to plug it, when he was doing the show, and he just ignored all four of them.
It's okay. And you got it last night.
I got a little issue on that. You don't just say and not do it. I mean, we got four other people. Come on, man.
Okay, you got it last night.
Hey, Night Strike, we all know you like to be plugged.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. But all seriousness. But yes, I have to be a little irritated just because of that. Because I have four different people coming to me telling me that they plugged it. They were trying to get Dano to plug it for me, and
it got done. Cheer up, it got done. That's why I'm doing the favor, because I keep winning of all G's patches. So I thought.
So what time are they starting tonight?
12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central. That would be what? 9:30 Pacific?
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Show usually runs anywhere between an hour to 90 minutes long. There will be a tactical pop quiz. You can try to beat me to a patch. Good luck with that. But it will be there.
I've done it once.
They are trying it just this week for the After Dark show, just to see how it's going and what kind of ratings they're getting. But just thought I'd mention that because it's something I'm a part of. So.
All right.
That is at a different time, so.
Yeah,
all right,
it's only
everyone.
for this week. There'll be regular schedule will resume next week.
And this is kind of a test, right? Just to see what.
Yeah, it's like market research basically.
Cool. Good.
So everyone, don't miss Gun Channels After Dark. Later this evening. There we go. I'm helping plug too. So
there you go.
I'm getting over the whole animosity thing.
It's very big of you, Night Strike.
Yeah, well, what can I say? I got a heart full of gold. Not at all. Anyways, what else were we going to talk about? I did want to mention this. Trump is having a town hall meeting tonight, and I know we're getting back into the politics, and I apologize if you don't want to listen to it.
Well,
don't.
If you're going to get into it, I do have some good news.
What's going on?
First of all, the town hall is in an hour and 15 minutes from now. If you have cable, it'll be on Fox News, on the Sean Hannity show. He'll be having that on tonight. It's going to be a two-part show, so the first hour will be tonight, and then tomorrow he'll play the second hour. So that's going on. One bit of news that I did hear that was actually a little bit encouraging was a recent poll just showed that Republican or registered Republican voters are vastly outpacing Democratic registered voters or registrations in all the battleground states, all the states that matter in this election. His voter registration, his party's voter registration, is just running her out of the park right now. I mean, there's I think it's something like 6-1 or something like that.
Good. They need to keep up, and they need to come out and actually vote that damn day. November 2nd. It is November 2nd, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well,
so back to a gun topic.
Well, hold on. We're not done yet. But we're going down this rabbit hole just for a few more minutes, so just bear with me.
Okay.
So it's either last night or this afternoon, he was doing another rally, or he was just, doing another town hall. But Trump has gone out and said that, they need to either arrest or seriously or find her in contempt of something because of the issue with her emails on top of the money that's going into her campaign from foreign sources.
Oh, yeah, he was saying that the Clinton campaign needs to be shut down effective immediately, and that he is calling for a special prosecutor to take this case. And he's going to reiterate that pretty hard tonight. One of the other things that I've noticed is he's been reading off the teleprompter now because probably his son and probably people like Hannity and maybe even somebody like Rush probably got into his ear and said, look, we know that you're well known for speaking your mind, off the cuff, but just try to stick to the issues on the screen and, tone it down a little bit and just let's see how that goes for a while. And he's been pretty good about that this week. So
I'm pretty sure that's because he just got his new campaign manager or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's the one who said it, too. She was like, just stick to the screen for a little while. I mean, I might have a little more experience in this than you do, that kind of thing. And he said, fine, because he can always fire her.
All right, since we're talking politics, here's something that I did see come out of Trump's mouth last night that I was just kind of shaking my head at. So at one, he's supposed to be our Second Amendment guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then on the other hand, last night on one of the major news outlets or whatever, he's on there talking about how we got to do something about these guns, and you can't walk down the street without getting shot anymore. And I just felt like he was kind of playing into.
Oh, no. He wasn't talking about the gun itself. He was talking about gun violence, criminal gun violence. I heard that speech. And the thing is the left jumped his shit for talking about that, right? But what was really funny is there was an interview back in, I think, 2009, and it was with Michelle Obama. And they basically asked Michelle, how do you feel about gun violence or whatever, right? And do you feel more endangered because you're black and your husband's black? And she says, well, my husband's black. I mean, he can get shot at just walking down the street going into a convenience store. So she literally said the exact same thing Trump said yesterday. But they jumped, her party and the media, the biased part of the media, jumped his shit for saying the exact same thing. It's like the double standard is incredible.
Yeah, but the double standard is on both sides.
It's a game of slants. It's just usually the televised media tends to lean a lot more left than, say, radio.
Absolutely.
Radio seems to be
Definitely.
like the haven of conservatism, whereas television, because of who they're financed by, tends to lean a little bit more left. Well, a lot more left.
And we see what they want us to see via that television.
Yeah, I mean, you hardly saw any coverage of what's going on in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Didn't fit the demographic.
So I want to bring this up too, because this also goes into what we've talked about, in politics and whatnot. But it's not technically politic related, but it is. Okay, you've all heard about the sailor who used the Clinton defense, because of some photos he took of a submarine, right?
Oh, he didn't intend to do anything?
The engine room or whatnot, yeah.
I have not.
Right. Well, basically, if you don't know, there was a naval officer who took a couple pictures to show his family what he did in the Navy, because they wanted to know what he did, because they didn't understand when he was explaining it to them. Because you can tell someone how to fix a computer, but they're just gonna go all glossy-eyed unless they actually know what the hell you're talking about.
Right.
So, he showed them pictures of of the ship, and apparently that got back to the government. The government didn't like that, so they're prosecuting him. And his lawyers went and used the Clinton defense, and apparently the judge gave him 12 months for it.
All right.
Hey guys, I got a question for you.
I got a question bouncing.
Mine's
off
more
of that.
important.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I really have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm totally ruining the flow.
Thanks, Kanye.
Whatever. So which Glock is the full auto Glock? What number?
18.
Glock 18. All right, we were both wrong. Thank you.
Kanye West has just left the building.
Represent.
I'm just gonna grab my board like Taylor Swift and walk off the stage.
Right.
With your hundreds of millions.
Oh no, I like this one. DF2 just said this in the chat. Smeggy West.
There we go.
All right, but yeah, he got 12 months in prison for it because apparently, and one of his lawyers says, well, apparently, some people are more privileged than others in this country.
Well, yeah, the Clinton defense only works for a Clinton.
All right, my question came back to me. So, were any of these pictures that he did take and did share, were any of those of parts of that submarine that are considered top secret or classified?
Wasn't it like
they were all just top
room or the engine room or something like that?
Because I've talked to Navy guys and Coast Guard guys and even friends of Coast Guard guys who have been able to go on to ships, and I'm definitely not talking submarines, but go on ships and be able to go to certain places, but there's other places that are completely off limits for outside eyes for anybody. So I don't know if that was part of it or.
Well, let's see.
I mean, an
they don't
engine in a
say
submarine, I would say, would be classified. I would just assume.
Right, you would think.
They say that the photos were top secret at least. So, on that. But the issue is, he tried to use the Clinton defense. He got 12 months for it, and then he's getting 3 years of supervised release after those 12 months. So,
and you know what? Trump needs to take that and use it.
Okay, so the pictures he took, yes, were of areas considered top secret. I was right. It was the reactor, it was the engine compartment, it was the maneuvering compartment, the steam propulsion panel. All these things are verboten to show to the public. So, yes, he was guilty.
Which
but
some
he
of
pled guilty.
Emails were above secret and top secret.
Of course. But see, this guy is not denying it. He's not, fighting it. He pled guilty. He says, I'm sorry, yes, I was negligent, this happened. But he's getting, it was a deferred sentence, and it's going to be followed by 6 months of home confinement, so basically you're grounded, and then 3 years of supervised electronic monitoring. So yeah, they sort of threw the book at him, but, the Clinton defense only works on the Clintons. So.
I bet he's out of the military.
Or they could have treated him like a
well, I don't know the full story on this.
But keep in mind, this happened 7 years ago. The pictures in question were taken 7 years ago. They just finally hit him with this.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
But like Hillary Clinton, he probably knew he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing.
Imagine if he had take your kid to work day. Then what would happen? Would they hang the kid?
No, they would probably put the kid in, Fort Leavenworth.
Well, I mean, those things are top secret for a reason, so...
Yeah, because you don't want the enemy to see where on the ship certain things are, or how they work.
I remember back in the 90s, you were allowed to go on, military vessels and whatnot.
Certain vessels.
Certain vessels, of course, you're allowed to. But you're not allowed to do that anymore unless they're decommissioned in a fucking museum.
No, they were just
actually there's parts of Battleship Texas I'm not allowed in either, and I'm only an hour and a half away from it.
But that's over 100 years old. Well, what is there in there that's still top secret?
There are still places in Battleship Texas that the public is not allowed to go into. Even something that old, they still have places you're not allowed into.
Night Strike. It's just like here. We had Seafair a couple weekends ago. And every year there's a parade of ships that comes in and they dock at some of our downtown ports. They open up one of those ships and they give tours. But like we've said here, there are certain parts of that ship that you don't let anybody within however many feet of, and there is no photography and There are very, very strict rules, and they are there for a reason. Exactly like Sean said, because you don't want an enemy to be able to see, you
don't want the Russians to see a picture
system
of your reactor room, and they go,
yeah.
"Oh shit, it's made in China just like ours."
No,
they'll know how to attack it.
No, remember what they said in what was it?
American
that one
components, Russian components,
all
made in China.
Taiwan.
Oh, it's Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Good. Now we go home.
All right. Yeah. So, I mean, that's about all I got today. We went over a lot of topics. If anyone has any questions, the email is right here. You can see it right there on the screen. If I need to spell it out, it's nightstryke1@gmail.com. So if you have any questions, send it to us. We'll go over it either this week, tonight, or.
What's the email to contact you?
That's funny. I just said it. I just said it right there. But send us questions and we'll go over them next week, or we'll go over them the week after next. It depends on what happens.
Much like the Clinton Foundation, the more you donate, the more access you're allowed.
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole just yet, but there is a Patreon out there. If anyone does want to help out,
access.
Look for it on Patreon using just Night Strike, and you'll find it. But anyways, I want to thank my panelists for showing up tonight. Did we lose someone tonight? No, we didn't lose. Everybody's been joining and rejoining and whatnot. So
I've been kicked out a couple times.
So guys, if you guys want to plug anything or anything, I'll go through the list and you guys can either plug anything or not. Foos, thanks for showing up.
Thanks for having me. Reloading Chat Sundays. Hopefully Sean will be here this weekend, and
I should be able to.
Good. Big bore, because I probably won't have anything ready for swaging. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we lost Heavy, so he's having his own problems out there in California, so we can't blame him. So, there's so many problems in California, it's not funny. Sean, thanks for showing up.
Sure. Just a reminder, Gun Channels After Dark will be on in 2.5 hours. If you want to catch the Trump town hall, that will be on in 1 hour on Fox News Channel.
All right. Smeggy, thank you for showing up tonight. You're probably still with friends, so I'm just going to skip you unless you say something right now.
Skip him anyway.
I'll probably skip him anyways. All right. Too Hottie, thanks for showing up and telling us about PSA screwing up your order. It happens, but it sucks that it happened on your first order.
Wait, do you have to contact them tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay, so before we rush to judgment, this will all depend on how well you're taken care of after tomorrow.
Yep, I'm with you there.
And don't be an XAA, just, wrong color.
I live in the Palmetto State, so if they really screw up, I can go down and yell at them for my order and say, hey, why the hell are you guys screwing up? I live in state.
Well, I may pull that. I may tell them I'm gonna let Night Strike loose on them.
Yeah, you'll send a very, very little known internet YouTube celebrity after them.
Internet gun expert.
Internet gun expert. That's right. That's right.
Well, hey, thank you for having me on. The only things I have to plug are check out the Reloading Chat on Sundays, check out the Daily Gun Show, and continue to check out Hit or Miss. And like Sean has been saying, the Daily Gun Shows has different hours this week. Daily Gun Show after hours. So check it out.
Right, and BF2. They sent him the wrong part. He ordered AR-15 bolt carrier group and charging handle, not AR-10. And they sent him an AR-10 charging handle. So that's what here takes the issue. Did they send you a?
You're gonna have to build an AR-10 now too.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know. I have the same issue. I have that AR-10 sitting upstairs, that bolt hand, that charging handle. I'm like, that son of a bitch. I'll do something.
Yeah. And Wendy just left, so I was gonna say, hey Wendy, is there anything you want to plug or say? But they just both ran out. So.
Well, you made the hour.
Yeah. All right. Everyone, thank you for checking out Hit or Miss tonight. Thanks for sticking with us as long as you did. Again, just send us questions if you want us to answer some questions next week. See what's going on. Anything else? Just if you have any other questions or ideas for the show, please send them as well, because I would like to actually have some more content to actually bring than just me coming up with shit. I find it as a problem. I mean, it's easier for Matt because Matt's been doing it for like years. I've just been doing this since October, so I'm still getting there. Anyways,
Matt's easy. His Monday and Wednesday is always set.
So. How bad Fear the Walking Dead is, and how shitty Hillary Clinton is.
No kidding.
It writes itself.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you all for listening. I greatly appreciate it. And this was Hit or Miss.